Chill. Yeah. M16.
This is unbelievable.
Brr. Weazel. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on they P's and they Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on they P's and Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. Hey. Shout out to my boss, Baron. You know that man make it happen. He got our foot up in the damn door, and now the whole team taking action. We got pictures on whether you can check with cheddar. Hit me for your music needs, who gon' do it better? And you can catch Travis on a rash report, or catch me going live with the facts from the source. Ari is a newswoman, plus you with the force. Man, the whole Weazel staff, we on top, check the score. Editors, producers, all going hard. Don't make us pull up with them cameras in your front yard. Weazel.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Weazel News. We are your hosts, Sky Davis, with Tiffany Tulips, and without us this evening is Dick Dastonley, but we hope he can return with us soon. How are you doing this week, Tiffany?
Doing pretty good. It's been a very interesting week, to say the least.
It really has a lot of action in the city and in the county, and a lot to discuss, lots to talk about, lots of new faces, and definitely a productive and busy week in the state here.
It really has.
Especially as we roll into the summertime, as we know we gotta get a lot more things happening on the beach and in the on the tracks, and looking forward to some of the things that are to come.
Sun's out, belly's out.
Belly's out is a new one. I thought you were gonna say sun's out, buns out.
I mean, if people choose to show their buns, I guess that's nothing new around here.
I mean, people do like those, the burgers out in the burger shop, though, so who knows, it could be hamburger buns, could be, buns, could be...
Au natural at the
could
beach,
be a cinnamon bun, never know. All types of buns are welcome here.
Exactly.
We do not discriminate buns. Okay, that is a weird sentence to say. Let's continue. We're starting off to a good start. Would you like to kick us off there, Tiffany?
Yeah, absolutely. I know Tuesday was kind of a crazy evening. One of the calls I remember responding to, there was a gas leak over at a barber shop. And not to, talk about buns in that matter, but... it was actually a gas leak at a barber shop. Not quite sure exactly what caused the leak, other than, maybe just not checking all the, perimeter of the shop. But there was actually a gentleman inside the barber shop who passed out from the gas.
Oh, goodness.
He was taken to the local hospital. As far as I know, he made a full recovery. But when the SAFD responded, he was unconscious. He was immediately taken to the hospital. And the weird thing was he was driving a hearse. There was a hearse parked right in front of the barber shop, and I don't know what the cause of that was, if he actually was supposed to be driving that hearse or if he managed to steal one. I'm not really sure, but we managed to, or I should say, the SAFD managed to have that towed away, and as I stated, the gentleman did make a full recovery.
Well, we are glad to hear that they made a full recovery out there. That can be a scary thing out there. I'm glad everyone was okay.
Absolutely.
Yep, definitely gotta check in to make sure, maintenance is up to date and everything like that on these older buildings. Of course, and some things are, unpreventable, but definitely keeping an eye out is a good thing. I know in the evening, we also would like to send our condolences to the Sheriff's Department They did have a new hire that graduated training last week, went by the deputy name of Ryan, excuse me, Ryan Reynolds was his nickname. Dan Reynolds. Look at me, trying to make light to a situation here.
I was gonna say Ryan Reynolds died. That's not good.
Apology to Dan Reynolds' family. My condolences. But we did have a on-duty death the other evening. Dan Reynolds of the Sheriff's Department, a new deputy. I'm just like trying to, make light to the situation here. But Dan, may rest in peace. Unfortunately, like we said, it was an on-duty death. Now I can't stop laughing. Wow, I'm not trying to make fun of you, Dan Reynolds, I promise. But unfortunately, it was a shooting, and I believe that the LEO, the state, and the Sheriff's Department is still looking for a black sedan, possibly a Ranger occupied 4 times by males. They are still looking for the suspects. So our condolences from Weazel News to Mr. Reynolds' families. And we do hope that they can find those suspects in a timely manner.
Yes, absolutely. Our condolences to the family, and hopefully they can catch these gentlemen here.
Absolutely. Yes, definitely a good time to kind of keep your head on a swivel, if we'll say. Lots of different crazy things happening within the state. For
absolutely.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Let's see if you want to take us away with our next story headline, if you have one.
Absolutely. I know we had a large fire at Postal 721 on Saturday. There were squatters living in a home, and supposedly, they might have been smoking. The cause of the fire was not given, but thankfully no injuries. No one was home at the time. The fire was able to be put out. And it took pretty much the entire SAFD to put the fire out, so it was a very massive fire.
Wow.
Yeah, so thankfully no one was hurt. The fire was successfully put out, and hopefully those squatters, hopefully they find another place to live, I suppose.
Hopefully they moved on and moved to a legal residence, or an organization that can help them find adequate housing.
Yep, exactly.
We also had a silent alarm in Harmony last evening. The Sheriff's Department and the state troopers responding to the alarm at Fleega Bank. When they got on scene, it was reported that the bank was empty. There were no suspects inside, but the lock to the bank was the locked doors, and the safe itself had a big break to them, so somebody used a tool or an item to break them. They cut off the security cameras, unfortunately, so LEO were not able to get a clear visual on the suspect. So if you do have any information on that, please let law enforcement know. It is reported that the perpetrator or perpetrators actually did make it away with $345,000, which is a lot of money. To be getting away with. But we can be happy that it wasn't more. But it's definitely something to be on the lookout for as we try to find these perpetrators.
Absolutely.
Definitely a busy night for the fire, the sheriff's department, and the state troopers. Just kind of one thing after another here.
It really has been.
Definitely. And I heard that I heard there was some street racing that also happened in the Sandy Shores area last evening between a green and black sports car. I believe the perpetrator in both vehicles were found after a foot pursuit and a 1080 with both vehicles. Luckily, no one was harmed in those scenes, but definitely a crazy way. It was reported that one of the 1080s actually ended up ending in the bay to the Sandy Shores Hospital, and there were at least 6 or 7 LEO out there at one time. So it was quite the sight to see. The doctors on duty said.
Wow. Well, hopefully nobody was severely injured in that chase.
I believe that nobody was injured, but luckily, the nice thing about having it end at the hospital is that somebody's there to check you out.
That is true.
So, anywhere to get hurt, I guess that's not a bad place to have it happen.
Definitely not a bad way to end the chase.
Indeed. And I know that there was a scuffle at the Yellow Jack last night. I'm unsure of the exact details of the dispute that went on. I'm still waiting to hear from the sheriff's department, but I know that they broke up a little bit of I don't know if it was a bar fight. It might have just been two drunk individuals kind of going at it as they do. But that was a highlight to last night of, I believe the argument was with money or alcohol. It had something to do with somebody owing somebody something. So hopefully that was taken care of in a good fashion. I don't believe that anybody got hurt off of that scene, which is always a good thing.
Yes. No injuries are always a good thing.
Absolutely. Let's see. Have you been listening to any music lately?
Pretty much just my normal country and pop music that I usually listen to.
Very nice. Very nice, very nice. That's awesome. Yeah, it's been a good few weeks for country music and a lot of different stuff going on in the city all the time as always. Especially with as we talked about with the nice weather coming in, we'll hopefully get some country music, maybe festivals rolling in, and we'll see what else happens.
Definitely.
And I know we talked about it a little bit, but the other week we had 2 individuals that went missing out on the coast of San Andreas, and I believe that they found them last week. Unfortunately, I believe both people were found deceased on a sailboat. We're still waiting to hear from the coroner's office on names and more information about them. But our prayers definitely go out to them as well. A lot of casualties happening lately within the state, and I know that the coroner's office and the hospital and the law enforcement and first responders hope to see a down spiral of those events in the near future. We had the city and the state had been doing well with a low fatality rate, but unfortunately over the last month or so they have seen a little bit of an uptick in deaths. Some unpreventable, some first responder involved, and others, just freak accident not preventable. So everything can't be prevented, unfortunately, but we hope that we can continue to be better as a state to continue to lower that fatality rate.
Absolutely.
Let's see. I know we've had quite a few businesses roll into town. Anything that you would like to highlight?
I know there's that go-kart track at Postal 60. I haven't been down there yet to check it out, but I've heard from some friends of mine that it's actually pretty fun.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Definitely a good way to hang out with friends and kind of see what everybody has going on, and it's a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of fun seeing what people's skill levels are. Some people who do really well on that track, and others who just hit the wall the whole time. But it's fun to watch and fun to laugh at.
Plenty of food and booze to help you drive. I mean, we don't really recommend drinking and driving, but with a go-kart, it's maybe a little safer, we could argue.
Yes. Another one I would like to highlight is in the Davis area. Earlier in the week, we had a I guess it was a intruder at Mosley's. I don't believe anyone was hurt in that situation. I'm not sure if they actually were able to find somebody and put them into custody. But I know it was an active scene out there earlier in the week at Mosley's for a person who was a trespasser there. Jack Masters, the owner of Mosley's, was actually surprised when he showed up on scene, and his building was under investigation. But luckily, he showed up in a timely manner. Was able to talk to law enforcement and get to the bottom of things and see what they'll be looking out for in the near future.
Absolutely. I'm glad that the owner wasn't on scene when all that occurred, and hopefully everything can be sorted out.
For sure. I know that some other employees were on scene, but luckily none of them got hurt. And speaking of getting hurt, in the Davis area, it was quite crazy. On Tuesday, we had an event where multiple officers got hit. Luckily, no fatalities on that call, but multiple officers got hit on Tuesday in a big shootout in the Davis area with some gangbangers. I believe 4 officers, including Commissioner Gradley and Lieutenant Sharp of the state troopers, along with a few other deputies. I know one being a Jake Frampton of the deputies, and another Deputy King of the Sheriff's Department. Overall, unfortunately for the Sheriff's Department here, the loss of a deputy and then 2 others being injured. But luckily, they're all making a full recovery. And hope to be back in action by the coming week. But I mean, what a scary situation. Our law enforcement trained to be professionals in that situation. But unfortunately, if you get surrounded, they can only protect themselves, and try and do the best that they can to make good on the situation. And I believe they did by calling in a Bearcat and SWAT to help those injured officers.
Absolutely. I know there was a medvac unit called too for that situation, and so grateful to the San Andreas Fire Department as well for being quick to help out those injured officers and get them to the hospital as quickly as possible.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, especially with some life-threatening injuries that they thought they might have had. Especially with a scene like that, having so many things going on, sometimes it's hard to keep up. For sure. Let's see. I know we also had a pen stop in the area of Forum Drive, where a woman was taken into custody for being intoxicated. Always a good reminder to not drink and drive. Call a goober or a Uber home if you need to. I know they are going to start doing a program out at the Tequila Lot and the Unicorn, that if you don't have money on you, or if you lose all your money, something like that, and you need an Uber home, they're going to be doing a partnership with the taxi service to get everybody home safely. I'm not sure how long that'll last for, or how many times that counts for, but I know that is going to be a partnership rolling out in the near future with the Tequila Law, the Vanilla Unicorn, and Goober.
That's definitely good to hear. And remember, do not drink and drive. Get that goober and take that home.
Yes, definitely take a goober home. Indeed. Don't drink and drive, take a goober.
I feel like we're about to open a special merch store just for these occasions we have here on the news.
We have quite the we have news-isms quite often.
We really do.
So we really should create a merch store. I do have to agree with Dick and his Wintoes and his bongos and his everything else that he's got going on. And
one of these days, if we do get those bongos created, we'll all sign them and auction them off or something.
Yes. And he'll play. Dick will attach a signed CD of him playing the bongos on a few special ones. There's a donka music. And maybe he'll even throw in a French bongo song for you if he gets that figured out with the label companies.
They come with a special mustache attached.
Can you imagine? We can do a fake mustache, a CD, a shirt, his little toupee hat. We'll put that in there.
Put some googly eyes on it.
Yeah, I've never seen Dick without a hat on. Does he actually have hair, I wonder?
I see something sticking out underneath the hat, but most of the time he has the hat on, so...
I'm wondering if he has one of those bowl cuts where it's bald on the top and then just like a little ring of hair around it.
Next time he's back at the studio, we may just have to ask him to hang up his hat.
Yeah, hang up his hat, or grab his hat and hide it from him, and then he has to do the next news without a hat on.
Very carefully distract him. One of us will remove the hat, and one will keep him distracted.
Yes, indeed. All right, we'll have that plan. We will have that plan. I like it. We're always up to no good here at Weazel News.
Yes, we are.
Let's see. I know we've had some newer members join the server as of recent. Welcome to all of them, or welcome to the city, I might add. We've had like I said, we've had quite a few. Zofrin, I think we've mentioned him before, but a few others that are joining the community here and have some applications in, and that's always great to see and hear. The community is building each and every day with new community members, and great opportunities for jobs and, really seeing what people can do with RP. It's been a great,
Absolutely.
Week overall, and it's been a great, it's been a great month.
Is that a new French word I don't know?
A great, great month. It's been a great month is what I wanted to say for RP. And if you guys are, like we said, new and over the age of 16, check out the links that are available to you over there. And we also have the FiveM server. I know, Tiffany, you know a little bit more about the specifics with that if you'd like to share.
Absolutely. We do have a FiveM server. Release date is not quite published yet, but I know sometime within the next week or two, we will be opening up the server for whitelisted individuals. You'll be able to submit an application in the Kuffs Discord. And so if you think you have what it takes to be part of the horse poop and gunpowder, then definitely submit an application, and we'd love to hear from you.
Hashtag horse poop and gunpowder. I love it. I love it. Well, yeah, we'll definitely look forward to there. I know you love horses, Tiffany. So I'm sure we'll see you out there again in the very near future, riding horseback and hanging out there. The views are beautiful that I've seen. A lot that you can do with that, gold panning and all of that.
Gold panning, farming, all kinds of different fun activities. The views are incredible. There's some really good views here in town too that actually look very similar to that particular area too. So it's a really great, fun server to be a part of.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love the similarity. I love being out on Mount Chiliad, especially when the sun sets or the sun rises. So I can't even imagine what it's like hunting out there in the brisk morning and watching the sun come up with your homemade cup of coffee.
Definitely gorgeous, and we have some special what we call murder kitties up there in the the mountains, and there are very similar things in the FiveM server as well, including bears and wolves. So a few more predators to be on the lookout for. But I mean, hey, as long as you got a weapon, you're pretty much good.
Oh boy, bears and wolves! Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we do look forward to seeing those interested on the FiveM and FiveM servers. All the information is there. If you are above the age of 16, check it out in the Discord. That's also linked right there. But yeah, we've got a lot of awesome things coming up. I believe it's been talked that the FiveM might have a community night here and there. And as always, FiveM is currently rolling out on Tuesdays and Saturdays. You can check the local lineup. You can check out the rotation. How do I mix that local lineup and rotation? The Lord have mercy.
These are questions I ask myself, but
you know what? I don't even know.
At least we're having fun with it.
We are having fun. But definitely check out the rotation to see who's got what coming up, and of course our streams on unofficial nights. I believe the next official stream night will be on my tablet's loading here. Going a little bit slow today. The official night will be on Jamie H. Jamie H. and Ace Pilots on Tuesday, April 4th, which, by the way, April already. I can't believe it. Hopefully everybody had a good April Fool's Day, and didn't get pranked there. But yeah. We look forward to seeing everybody in the very near future, and check out all the streams and all the streamers. And with myself and Tiffany Tulips, we will see you all on the next one. Good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all.
Chill. Yeah. M16.
This is unbelievable.
Brr. Weazel. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on they P's and they Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on they P's and Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. Hey. Shout out to my boss, Baron. You know that man make it happen. He got our foot up in the damn door, and now the whole team taking action. We got pictures on whether you can chat with cheddar. Hit me for your music needs, who gon' do it better? And you can catch Travis on a rash report, or Casper going live with the facts from the source. Ari is a newswoman, plus you with the force. Man, the whole Weazel staff, we on top, check the score. Editors, producers all going hard. Don't make us pull up with them cameras in your front yard. Weazel.